Mary Mary's Dick Turner, a poor white South African farmer. The farm is miles away from anyone Mary's before, lonely and unhappy. The story shows her healing change from disappointment to madness to violence. Can we read a series of 2 part stories which introduces you step by step to the literature that has made English books world famous. The series offers you classics, bestsellers, new titles, and original stories. Each book has extensive exercises, a detailed introduction, and clear information about the universe. They are published at 6 levels from beginner, 300 words to advanced. We do from beginner, 100 words to advanced 3,000 words. The series editor Steve Dirac a leading authority on reading skills. The class is singing. How had all this started? What sort of woman had Mary Turner been before she came to the farm and had been driven slowly crazy by heart, a heat, loneliness, and poverty? He tried to think clearly, to get a picture of what had really happened in Southern Africa in the 1940s. The whites are in control. They control through fear, and they must stay in control. So when a white woman is murdered by her black servant, all the whites agree. The law must take its course. The case must be simple and quick, without too many questions. But there are questions, and people are asking them. How did Mary Turner lose control? Why did the servant murder her? How could her servant even think of it? The answers are not simple. They are as difficult and painful as Mary Turner's life itself, a life in a place where she was never meant to be. Story question was born in Permansar, Iran, in 1919, the daughter of British parents. The family moved to Rhodesia, now Zimbabwe, when she was 5, and she was brought up all her life there. After marrying and divorcing twice, she became involved with political groups who were demanding greater freedom for black people. The Rhodesian government sent her out of the country in 1949, and she moved to London. She had with her pages of her first novel, The Grass is Sinking, which was very successful and came out in the United States, Britain, and 10 other European countries at the same time. From that time on, she supported herself and her son by writing. Doris Lessing has written many different kinds of stories and novels. Many reflect her experiences in Africa, and later books explore life in Britain. She has also written science fiction stories. She has won many prizes for her books. Other titles in the series. The following titles are available at level 4, 5, and 6. Level 4, The Voice from Brazil. Please write to the following address for catalog: Penguin ELT Marketing Department, Penguin Books, LTD 27, Rice Lane, London, W8 5TZ. Penguin Books. Please buy the Penguin Book. Penguin Booklet 27, Rice Lane, London. The teacher, in addition to all the language forms of levels 1 to 4, with a youth again in adult level of the series, the main verb form and passive youth at the level 5 are present simple verbs with future meaning for the continuous forms, for the passive forms and conditional clauses, and the third are unfulfilled past conditional. For the verb name to express condition and make regret, will have, must have, and can have to express assumptions and would rather instead of the verb specific information is meant to agree with almost in the vocabulary work exercises at the end of the book. These exercises are aimed at the training students to enlarge their vocabulary, systematically intelligent reading, and effective use of dictionary to the student. Dictionary work. As you read this book, you will find that some words are in darker black ink than the others on the page. Look them up in your dictionary if you do not already know them, or try to guess the meaning of the words heard, and then look them up later today. It means decay to out among mountains. In the fanciful line, the grass is naked over the simple rain about the chapel. It's the empty chapel, only the winds blow. There's no windows and the doors squeeze. Dry bones can harm no one. Three of us stood on the roof. Coco rifle, with a flash of lightning, and a damp dirt, making rain. Chapter 1. On the mystery participation in water. Mary Turner was a Richard Turner, a farmer of Legacy, was found dead at her home yesterday morning. The houseboy has admitted killing her. It is believed that theft was the reason behind the murder. The newspaper did not say much. People all over the country must have read the short report and felt angry and dissatisfied, and as if their strong belief about the natives had been parted. My name is Stew, mother of attacked women. That is the belief of white people have. And then they turned the page to read something else. The people who knew the Turners did not turn the page so quickly. They must have cut out the report, keeping it perhaps as a warning. However, they did not discuss the murder. Although the key people in the position to explain the facts said nothing, everyone seemed to know by some sixth sense what had really happened. A past beginning, someone remarked, and each time the subject was mentioned. A very bad business, came the reply, and that was all that was said. They said to be generous, unspoken, agreement that the Turner case should be forgotten as soon as possible. If investigative career, white farming families lived at great distances from each other and met only occasionally, they were usefully grateful for something to talk about. But the murder was not discussed. To an outsider, it seemed corrupt and especially larger as though people to be fired. But in fact, he had not. The steps he had taken were not part of any plan. He had just done what came naturally. Nobody liked the Turner, although few of their neighbors had ever utterly met them. They kept themselves to themselves, never attended any social events, and That awful little was how could they live like that? So many fake houses at work, and it gave a bad impression in order to see why living in such a way. The Turners were not just poor white, they were, after all, British. The more one thinks about it, the more extraordinary the whole matter becomes. Not the murder itself, but the way people felt about it, the way that they pitied Dick Turner, as if his wife Mary were something unpleasant and unclean. It was almost as if people felt that the scene deserved such a death, but they did not ask any question. They might have wondered who that central reporting was. It's generally real I having Shelley Slater seems to know more about the Turners than anyone else, and was at the farm on the day of the murder. He appeared to take control and felt that to be quite unreasonable. He was one of them, and why should anyone else be allowed to interfere in the business of white farmers? And it was Shelley Slater who arranged everything so that the whole matter was cleared up quickly. Gradually, 5 miles from the Turner, the farm boys came to him first when they discovered the body, and he sent a message to Sergeant Denham at the police station 12 miles away. The police did not have to search for the murderer when they reached Turner's farm. After walking through the house and examining the body, they took to the rear outside the front of the building, and as soon as he saw the explosive stood up, walked forward, dumping head. Here I am, he charged his hand. Towards the house. In the distance, he could see Dick Turner moving around the birds. He was a white man, black men, even policemen complained had white skin. Some people did wonder for a moment why the Navy had allowed the police to test him. Why did he look at least dry at his cap? Police action was soon forgotten. So Shelley Slater had sent the message to the police station and had driven at great speed to the Turner's place in his fast American car. It was Shelley Slater. He started his working life as a shop assistant in London and was still a Londoner after changing his name to Africa. He had gone to Africa for one reason, to make money. He made a lot. He was a hard man, but was something generous when he wanted to be. He was hard with his wife and children until he made money, and they got everything they wanted. Above all, he was hard with his workers, for Slater believed in farming with a whip. He had once been a native worker with one certain anger, and had laid upon a farm. Since then, he had kept this temper. It was he who had told Dick Turner that a farm was without a whip, or any other piece of farm equipment, but the whip did not do the Turners any good, as he shot while Slater drove as fast as he could to the Turner's place. He wondered why Mason had not come to him about the murder. Charlie's face sought fair. Why fair? Moses was a good at that already, wasn't he? But Charlie was worried, uncertain, and he recovered and turned away. Turner, he called. Close by now, Dick Dunn did not seem to notice. Charlie told him right out and led him to the car. He did not yet know that it was innocent. After helping him into the back seat, he ran into the house and found Marston. Where were you? Asked Charlie's ex-wife. I slept late this morning, Marston said, the fear in his voice. Was not Charlie's fear, but a simple fear of death. I found Mrs. Turner just outside the front door when I came to the house. Then the policeman came. I was expecting you. Charlie went into the bedroom. Mary Turner lay under a dirty white sheet. He started to stare at her with anger and hatred. That is hard for us to understand. Then, with a sudden movement, he turned and left the room. I moved her inside onto the bed, away from the door, exclaimed Marston. There was blood everywhere. I cleaned it up. Perhaps that was wrong of me. Billy sat down and looked at the assistant carefully. What do you know about all this? He asked. After a silence, Marston hesitated. I don't know. Nothing really. It's all so difficult. Charlie smiled. The young man, another soft boy with a private education, who had come to Africa to learn to be a farmer. They were all so similar, immediately came with ideas of equality and were often shocked at first by the white behind towers. The natives, a few months later, these young men had become stronger and harder alert to accept the waiting world. If Tony Marston had spent a few more months in the country, it would have been easy. That was Shelley's feeling. Shelley was flowers, Moses, and looked silently into his face. The man looked back with some expression. For a moment, Shelley's face so fear. What do you mean? It's all so difficult? There was a warning in Charlie's voice, and Marston did not know what it meant. His ideas of right and wrong were becoming confused. He had his own ideas about the murder, but he could not say them clearly. He felt the murder was logical enough after the events of the last few days. It could only end in something violent or ugly, but could he not say what he thought? Look, said Shelley directly. Have you any idea why this Nicky murdered Mrs. Turner? Yes, I have. Well, with Peter leaped into the sergeant's den. Marston understood. Shelley was telling him to keep his mouth shut. He kept quiet, angry and confused. Sergeant Bentham, Albright and the three of them went silently into the living room. Shelley, Slater, and Denham stood opposite Marston, side by side like two judges. They knew each other well, of course. Let's begin it, said the sergeant briefly. He opened his notebook and looked at Tony. I need to ask you a few questions, he said. How long have you been here? About 2 weeks. Living in this house? No, in a hut down the path. You were going to run this place while they were away? Yes, for 6 months. And then I intended to go and work on another farm. When did you find out about this business? They didn't call me. I woke and found Mrs. Turner. Tony was becoming more angry and confused. Why were they questioning him like this? Why did he feel guilty? You had your meals with the Turners? acceptable word used by whites to refer to black people. Black people are extremely offended by this word. Yes, other than that, did you spend much time with them? No, only at work. I've been busy learning my job. So you can live with her now? Yes, I think so. It was not easy to know. He was always working. Of course, he was very unhappy about leaving the place. He looked at Charlie. Charlie had been responsible for making Dick leave the farm. Then Tom stood in his book and paused. There was a silence in the room. It was as if they all knew that what happened next would be of great importance. For a moment there across Charlie's face. You see anything unusual while you were here? Asked Tony. Yes, I did. Tony burst out. Knowing now that they wanted to stop him telling the truth, they both looked at him in surprise. Look, he said. I tell you what I know from the beginning. You mean you know why Mr. Turner was murdered? Asked the sergeant. No, I asked you some ideas. Ideas? You don't want ideas. You want facts. Anyway, remember, Dick Turner. This is most unpleasant for him. Tony was trying to control his anger. Do you or do you not want to hear what I have to say? Of course. But we only want facts. We are not interested in what you think might have happened. Don't give me any facts you have. Well, you know I don't have the facts. It's not a simple matter. Tell me, for instance, why did Mrs. Turner treat his houseboy with a new decision? Badly, I thought, replied Tony. Yes, well, that's not unusual in this country, is it? Needs a man to know how to handle this boy. A woman always gets it wrong, added Shelley Slater. Look here, began Tony, but he stopped when he saw their faces. For they have both turned to look at him, and there was no doubt that was the final warning. They wanted to speak, but he was too angry and compelled to continue. Let's get her out of here, suggested Shirley. It's getting hot. And the policeman moved Mary's stiff body from the house to the car. Then Hum said, and if talking to himself, this is all quite simple. There are no unusual circumstances. He looked at Tony. Was his face showed no feelings? Was taken away. Let's drove off through the street, followed by Shirley's laughter and Turner. Tony found himself standing alone in the silence of the empty farm. He turned to look at the house, with its bare tin roof and its dirty brick wall covered with animal skins. How could they have lived in such a place for so long? And his inside was terrible. How had all this started? I saw a woman that Mary Turner lived before the king. He came to the farm and been driven slowly crazy by heat, longing and poverty. He tried to think clearly, to get a picture of what had really happened, but it was too hard. And those two men had warned him, not by words but by looks. What were they warning him about? He thought he understood now. The anger he had seen in Charlie's laughter. Face was quite certainly fighting to defend himself. And that's why society could never, ever admit another white person and plastic. Only a white woman can have a human relationship, good or evil, with a black person. For as soon as it's admitted that it's false, I'm getting out of this place, he told himself, I am going to the other end of the country. Let the Slater do as they like. What is got to do with me? That morning, he packed his things and went to tell Charlie he was leaving. Charlie seemed not to care. After all, there was no need for a manager on this Turner's Lane now that it would not come back. went back into town and tried to find work on another farm. He tried a new job but was unable to settle in one place. Chapter 2. As the railway spread all over southern Africa, small groups of buildings grew up. Every few miles along the line, there was the station, the post office, sometimes a hotel, or always a shop. For many, the shop was the real center of her life, even more important to her than to most children. She was always running across to bring some bright fruit or something sweet for his or her mother, or to find out if the weekly newspaper had arrived, and she once would stay there for hours, staring at the piles of sticky colored sweet, looking at the little Greek girl whom she was not allowed to play with, and later, when she grew older, it was the place her father brought his drink, the place he spent his evenings, and of course it was from the south that the hungry fields, the woods, and her father's green came. Every month her parents renewed, and they never had enough money to meet the bills. The life went on. Mary was sent away to school. Her life began. The village, with its girls and children and the conflict of friends, seemed another empty word. She was extremely happy at school, but did not look forward to going home in the holiday. At 16, she left school, took a job as a secretary in an office in town. 4 years later, by the time her mother died, she had a comfortable life with her old friends and a good job. From that time until his old death, when she was 25, she did not see her young father. They did not even drive to each other. But being alone in the world held no terrors for Mary. In fact, she liked it, and she loved the town. She felt safe there. She was at her prettiest then, relative, with a curtain of light brown hair, serious blue eyes, and fashionable clothes. By 30, nothing had changed. Indeed, she felt a little surprised that she had reached such an age, but she felt no different from when she was 16. All this time, Mary had lived in a girls' club. She chose at it first because it reminded her of the school world where she had been so happy. She liked the crowds of girls and eating in a big dining room, and coming home after the cinema to find a friend in her room waiting to talk to her. Outside the girls' club, she had a very full and active life. Although she was not the kind of woman who is the center of a crowd, she had lots of men friends who took her out to treat her bicycle. Passenger, to play her game, reading wisdom, walk, and to focus on the years passed. Her friends married one by one, and she continued in much the same way, dressing and wearing her hair just as she had done when she left school. She seemed not to care for me. She spent all her time outside work with her. But anyone who she back and done it anyway. where he chose to work. One of them met her uncomfortable. She started looking around for someone to marry. The first man was waiting for years now, making half gone human. His wife had died a few years earlier. They stayed with him because he seemed to know what he wanted. He wanted a friend, a mother for his children, and someone to look after his house. Everything went well until she accepted his offer of marriage. That evening he tried to kiss her for the first time, and as he touched her, he realized that she felt disgusted to have him so close to her. She ran from his arms back to the flat, knelt on her bed and cried. And despite her old age, she avoided men often. She did not know him. But her friends laughed behind her back, and they told the story of her running from the men. It was easy to be afraid to go out, and then she met Dick Turner. It could have been anybody, or rather, anybody who treated her as if she were wonderful and special. They needed that badly. They made purchases at a cinema. Dick rarely came to town, except when he had to buy goods for the farm. He described his suburbs full of ugly little houses, and that seemed to have nothing to do with the African land, and to his blue sky, the fashionable stores, and fancy restaurants made him feel uncomfortable. So he always kept as soon as possible back to his farm, where he felt at home. Among all, Dick Turner hated the cinema. A friend hated women. He had started farming 4 years before and was still not making money. He had heavy debt and had given up film and cigarettes. He worked all the hours of the day, making news from the car. The car was his own life. He was married and had children. He could not ask any woman to their sexual life, not until he took a call. He knew but now he found himself thinking all the time about a girl in the cinema. About a month after the last visit, he set out on another visit to town. Although it was not really necessary, he did his business quickly and then went out in search of someone who would tell him very suddenly. When he finally found a club, he failed to recognize Mary. He saw a tall, thin girl with deep blue eyes that looked hurt, and with a huge smile across her head. She wore trousers. He was smiled an old-fashioned man in ways. He did not feel comfortable with women wearing trousers. "Are you looking for me?" she asked in a sad voice. He was so disappointed at the way she looked that he found it difficult to speak. But when he found his voice, he asked her to go for a ride. As the evening went on, he began to find her again, the woman he had seen at the cinema. He wanted to love her. He needed someone to love, and he loved her. As he was leaving, he regret saying he would come again. Back on the farm, he told himself he wanted to do. He could not ask a woman to years appeared, Tom and asked him to marry him. He was grateful when she accepted, and they were married. Weeks later, her desire to get married so quickly surprised him. He saw her as a busy and popular woman, and thought it would take her time to bring him. Indeed, his idea of her was probably what made her much attractive to him. For a week marriage, despite explained that he was too poor to call holiday, and so after the wedding, went straight to the park. Chapter 3. It was late at night, but the party was thinking to himself, Mary woke up, Dick got out and went to bed. Yes, all right. He looked around her. The moon other women complaints at tea parties. She was afraid of them, of course, since every white woman in Southern Africa is taught to wear this from a very early age. And now she had to face the problem how to handle them. But sometimes she wasn't, and she thought she would like it. This urged like to see the kitchen? Asked. He showed her where all the food was kept in glass box. Little pauses between Samson and Dick. There was a perfect understanding. Dick looked above everything, always putting out more food than was needed for anything. This struggled was amused by Samson, but he hoped for better things now that there was a woman in the house. He told Mary how the oven worked, where the wood pipe was, where the bedclothes were kept. There was always 7 in the morning, and all the face and body was starting and hot and sticky. He returned for breakfast about half an hour later. He sat in silence in the room, all bubbles on the floor, pieces of equipment broken while he was away. Mary said nothing. This was all too strange for her. Immediately after breakfast, he took his hat off the chair and went out again. Mary looked for a cookbook and took it to the kitchen. Then, when her cooking experiments were over, she sat down with a book on kitchen stuff first. It was really the first thing she had learned. Samson spoke little English, and she needed to make him understand her. Chapter 4. At first, Mary threw herself into improving the house. With her own money, she bought what she needed to make curtains, bedclothes, and some dresses for herself. Then she spent a little on new cups and plates. The house soon began to lose its air. Poverty and waiting a month, there was nothing left to do. It was a magic and basic by the changes. Supper, here the rather rude, unacceptable name used by whites known to refer to the native language of the black people. White people in Southern Africa also roughly refer to black people as couples, with white types of offensive. She then looked around for something else to keep her busy, and for the next few months she sewed. Hour after hour, she sat sewing design of dresses, handkerchiefs, bedclothes, and curtains. She began early in the morning and worked until the sun went down. Then the sewing came to an end. For the next few weeks, she painted the house inside and out. She made the White House only in the hot sun. Mary thought she was tired. She tried filling the time by reading the books she had brought from the town. Books she had read 100 times before first word. She read now it was difficult to understand what she had not found them before. It seemed to be without meaning in this new, strange life, so she buttoned up away again. Can we have sewing? She asked Dick Gray one day. This room is so hot under the metal roof. It would cost so much. Perhaps next year it will do well, he replied. Samson was not happy. This woman never laughed. He put out exactly the right amount of food for his meals and never left any extra for him. He usually accused him of stealing, and there were often arguments in the kitchen. He could not understand her anger. He had always expected Samson to take some food for himself, but Mary did not accept it, and when food went missing, she refused Samson's wages. One evening, Samson left his shop, saying that he was needed by his family. amazement, Dick was angry with her. He was so sorry to see Samson go. Another native came to the door asking for work. He was young and tall but nervous, but he had never been inside a white person's house before. Mary gave him a job, paying him lower wages than Samson. The following day, the new boy dropped a plate and he sent him away again. The next boy was quite different. He was used to working for a white woman. Mary followed him around all the time, checking that his work was done well, always calling him back if she found anything that was not finished. To her satisfaction, she felt she could not take her eyes off him. As soon as her back was turned, he would steal something. She was sure of that. Time passed, and the heat made her feel worse and worse. She began to take baths in the afternoon. The boy brought cans of water, and when she was sure he was out of the house, he took her clothes off and poured water over.